We got Kimberly Blackwell rolling.
Kimberly Blackwell, what's happening?
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's good?
I'm glad to be here. Just want to say thank you for having me, Isaac. I was an early Fanbase investor, came in 2021. For me, I was glad that it was mentioned, Roland, and how you talked about Tamika. I started my business right out of college 25 years ago. So I kind of knew that I wasn't going to have the ivory tower 30-year vested fund waiting for me after retirement. And so I challenge the audience to think about, what is it and how is it that we are looking at financial freedom and future? And so for me, investing has always taken a priority in how I look at creating a legacy for my family and so many others, my community. I bet on a lot of founders. And what I can tell you about Isaac is that I am proud to take this investment in Fanbase. But I also encourage everyone to look at what it is and how it is that you're placing your monies and investments. And so, as Candy mentioned, go out. I'm sure that they have resources that Isaac has mentioned in the sense of understanding the business, what it is by way of growth strategies and plan. You're talking about culture, you're talking about technology. One of the things I liked about Fanbase when I was introduced was really how the monetization opportunities to build and create wealth in a way as an additional stream of revenue that we often and always all need. And I just thought it was, a very innovative and aggressive way to attack the competition. Competition is healthy. We have multiple platforms that we use, but we should also all be using and supporting Fanbase. And so for me, investing is personal. I got involved in investing very, very young. I will tell you, I've made some good ones and I've made some not so good ones. Investing is about risk, and you have to understand anything that you do. And the $600 or more, it's 25,000 people that we're asking to invest in today and, beyond. But what I would tell you is that you don't have to just do 600. And what I would also tell you is if you don't have 600, do what you can. No one should be doing anything that's that if you can't afford to lose it, think twice about it. If you can't afford to lose it. But if you can, because we know that we're using money and spending money, as they've mentioned, in the club and or anywhere else, and a lot of nice accessories. But why not take an opportunity to get into something at, what I don't even want to say startup, because now we have a history of performance. The business is still here. So we know that Isaac and team are doing some of the right things in the sense of where and how they've expanded their product offerings from the initial set. And I'm actually just proud to be a part of the tribe. I think we have to understand too that other communities are so good at supporting one another. So why wouldn't I, when he called me, and I do, thank you, Lord, have, why wouldn't I put money into supporting another business that I believe in, another founder that I believe in, to do the right thing? And what I will tell you is that I sit in a lot of investment communities where folks talk about the deals that have been mentioned, where they put in less than 5,000 up to 25,000. And as was mentioned, they are wealthy individuals. We have an opportunity to do the same. And I encourage you all to go out, look at Start Engine /Fanbase. If you have questions, Isaac, I do encourage you, because if there are a lot of questions in there, we do need to make sure we're directing them to where they can have it and feel good about it and inform, because I know you've already done the work. And then, let's take this ride together, because Lord knows that I am hoping that this is the one that allows me to cash out.
We're going to cash you out. You getting cashed out. You getting cashed out. This is a community effort. Look, man, if we don't own infrastructure, my thing I say, look, man, this is a conversation that I have all the time. I went through a list of Black-owned inventions, and it just broke my heart that we invented ice cream and we're not Breyers. We invented the alarm system and we're not ADT and Brinks. It's just at some point we have to stop and build the infrastructure. If we're not, we're just going to be assisting our culture through somebody else's infrastructure. And that infrastructure is going to be a $1 trillion asset that creates generational wealth for a bunch of other people that are not us. And it's just, it's time to do that. And if we don't, we do ourselves a disservice. And really capital is really what separates, all of it. It's hard to get capital. Like equity crowdfunding is really what is the godsend for us to be able to do this. But it's the win is that we all own this company together. Everybody's a shareholder in Fanbase, and by using the platform, you continue to make it grow, and it makes it extremely possible to do that. So I tell everybody,
man, listen. We created scratching in hip hop, and we don't own the turntable company.
There you go.
Again, that's what happens, and I need everybody to understand. While we have been on this live, this story just came across. OpenAI, okay, the company.
Mm-hmm.
They have raised $6.5 billion in their latest raise. Now, mind you, the entire U.S. venture capital market is $150 billion. They raised 6.5 billion. So the reason I'm saying that, folks, they raised 6.5 billion. That means that they value that company at $150 billion. $150 billion. Folks, I'm telling y'all, Black people, this is a fact.
Hey, Roland, and I need to say this too, because I do believe in folks understanding what they're investing in, but I will also tell you the game. Because
hold on. We're getting a lot of feedback with your mic. So Isaac, let's mute our mic, so hopefully that fixes the problem. Go ahead.
The only thing I was going to add to that is that oftentimes I get calls on companies I know nothing about. But what the call is, hey, Kim, we have an opportunity, put you on the cap table. Here's what we need from you. Because of where it's coming from, whether it's OpenAI, whether it's NVIDIA, all of them, if you got in early, you just go for the ride. You just go for the ride. And that's what happens with OpenAI. And what you also know is that, again, through technology and what we know is happening with how folks are using generative AI and all sorts, that is the future. And here we go back to the main stage and common denominator of tech.
Well, to that particular point there, Joteka Edie, many of us saw her last night on the Oprah Kamala Harris deal, Win with Black Women, started that 4 years ago. Joteka used to work for the NAACP. She leaves the NAACP, goes to Silicon Valley.
That's right.
Joteka got into all types of deals. And Bob Johnson always said this. He said, you have to be in the deal flow. In the deal flow. She got put into deals by virtue of the relationships that she actually built. That's how you build wealth. And again, so what this is opportunity. And let me say this to every Black person, or even non-Black people. Black people, we are America's tastemakers in everything: music, fashion, culture, you name it. When it comes to technology, the data shows it. Black people over-index in iPads and pads. We over-index. Black people, we were foregoing landlines. We were over-indexing on cell phones. We are early adopters of all social media platforms. Folks, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Vine. Our creativity drove the development of all these platforms. So what we're saying right here is, why in the hell are we going to keep making non-Black people, and listen, anybody can invest, whether you're Black or white, but the point is this here. Why are we going to keep making non-Black people rich as hell with our ingenuity, our culture, our dancing, our singing? How about we actually do that for ourselves? That's all I'm saying.
Thank you, Kimberly.
All right, let's go. Start engine / Fanbase.